As we approach the 10th edition of Sydney Contemporary, it's been really wonderful reminiscing and reflecting with so many people, whether that's artists and galleries, collectors and curators, about what Sydney Contemporary and what the fair means to them. It's been lovely reflecting on all the different iterations of the fair, talking about favourite memories and past moments. And I think the one thing that has really stood out was just how important Sydney Contemporary is to so many people involved in the sector.
I remember way back, ahead of the first Sydney Contemporary, hearing about the concept of the fair, and because I'm from Sydney, I was super excited and I've experienced other fairs. The first Sydney Contemporary really kind of solidified Carriage Works as a cultural destination. Traffic from all around here, like in a huge 5-kilometre radius, was blocked up with people coming to the opening night.
It's always been very packed. It's always encouraged so many people from all walks of life to come along.
Look, it's definitely now on the Sydney calendar. It's become an increasingly popular event, where that's a function of the extraordinary art and galleries that are represented, but also it does become a bit of a festival celebrating art and an opportunity for people to catch up.
When I visit Sydney Contemporary, I really don't know what I'm going to find or discover, and that's what I love about it.
I was delighted to come to the very first edition of the art fair, and that introduced me to a whole range of galleries that I had never heard of.
We were shown around on the VIP night and we were given the opportunity to see a multitude of different artists and different types of works of varying sizes.
Being a part of the VIP program makes the whole week a little bit more fun. There's a number of events that sort of act as satellite to the art fair. I know a lot of my friends and clients have attended those and have really enjoyed it.
So the artist studio visits are an absolute highlight on our VIP program, and why wouldn't they be? The opportunity to meet, to interact, to engage with artists, to learn more about what they do, how they create, what they create, it's a real takeaway.
I really love being in front of my work, talking to every type of person that comes in. The artists want to know what paint you used, the collectors want to know what it's about.
There are tours of studios, there's tours of galleries. My personal favourite is going to private collection tours.
I really enjoy hosting the private collection viewings, and it's a real treat for me also to invite over an artist that's often showing at Sydney Contemporary.
I've been on the journey with Sydney Contemporary of learning about art, learning about new artists, emerging and the ones that are more well known, and that's been really exciting.
It's a privilege to be able to speak with artists directly, to be invited sometimes into their personal space, their studios, and then also to understand the gallerist's perspective.
I've been at the fair since the very beginning, and it's been exciting to be part of it because in Sydney, when it first started, it was the place that you had to be.
Sydney Contemporary is that highest concentration of art-interested people, I'd argue, anywhere in any event in Australia.
Every year when people come, they're expecting this kind of major kind of work out here, and I think about some of the incredible works like Alex Seaton's beautiful sculpture, or Lisa's work, Nell's work, Kathy Teman's work here. These have been some really iconic moments for the fair.
So people often talk about the energy that surrounds Sydney Contemporary. It's about the conversations, the discoveries, the shared sense of excitement that all kind of work together to make Sydney Contemporary such an experience.
Often you go to an art exhibition, it's usually in a smaller space, there are less people, it's quiet, it's often more formal. But the thing about Sydney Contemporary is it's an event, it's a party.
We hibernate in the winter and we come out to play in the springtime. So the event really coincides and coordinates at the same time with that that energy that everyone's waiting, really waiting for.
It's the energy of Sydney that sets it apart. In an extraordinary setting, the Carriage Works is really quite different. It's not a sterile conference centre with bland white walls. It really is a magnificent venue.
Collectors keep on coming back because they trust the quality. There's also a wonderful sense of discovery, whether it's an artist they've never heard of before or if it's a work that really resonates. It really is an environment that supports thoughtful and confident collecting.
As a gallery, we really make sure that we bring our best exhibition of the year to that. And I think a lot of galleries around the country would give a concerted effort to bring their best to the fair.
Every galleryist puts their best foot forward. Like, they have their latest and hottest artists, and a lot of the artists actually produce their work for Sydney Contemporary.
We always say that the fair is only as strong as the people in the room, and that is what makes it so special. So we are really looking forward to welcoming you to the 10th edition of Sydney Contemporary.